How's it going, YouTube? My name's Jonathan from Zero Pen Logistics. Don't worry, from here on out, you're not going to have to worry about that mouthful of a title. It's just going to be referenced as Zero Pen. I started this channel in the hopes of being able to help anyone out there who wants to start a business, particularly using gig work and work platforms. Some of them you've probably heard of, such as GRUBHUB, Shipt, Instacart, DoorDash, Postmates, Rover, Handy. There's tons of platforms out there, and they're definitely not all legitimate, just so that you know. I will be trying my best to actually cover the ones that I believe are not worth your time and are just trying to get a quick dollar out of you, and they're making more off you than you're making off them. And that's the key point, is to me, a work platform is completely a scam if they are making more money off you than you could possibly be making off of the job. A lot of these platforms should just be working off of a small fee or a small percentage, not keeping the lion's share of the profit and then giving you a small pittance in return for your work. Thankfully, some of these platforms do exist. The one that I'm going to be covering in the first series is called WORKMARKET. It's got a big competitor out there called fieldnation. I won't be covering fieldnation right away. I probably will cover it in the future. However, my first series on my channel is going to be covering WORKMARKET itself. Just so that you know who I am, I have a pretty long background in corporate and company management. I've been doing that for about a decade now, and I did it in corporate world, private sector, and I will say that I started to like it a lot more when I got into the private sector. Now, thankfully, my management background has given me a lot of insights into advertising, marketing, pricing, customer service, just tons of fields that are essential to actually running your own business. And what really motivated me to start this channel was to be able to pass all that along to you guys, because I know whenever I was starting out, I fell into a whole bunch of pitfalls that should have been easily avoided had I been able to find any information on it. A bunch of mistakes that I just didn't easily find solutions to, or that I didn't think about, honestly, until they happened and it was too late. Now, unlike all those guys you see on late night infomercials trying to sell you a book for $500 to give you tips and tricks to make your fortune, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not in any way profiting me. I'm not monetized by YouTube yet. As I said, I just started this channel. I have 0 subscribers as of making this video, obviously, since this is the first video. I have no Patreon members. Again, this is my first video. My goal in this channel was to be able to help people avoid all of those shortfalls and mistakes that I encountered because the information to avoid them wasn't regularly available. So I'm going to be covering a whole bunch of do's, don'ts, mistakes to avoid, how you can make more money on every contract that you take, and to help those in that same situation that I was. Now, for those of you who are currently in a W-2 job, which in case you don't know, that's working at your local business, that's working at your corporate chain, any place where you get a paycheck week to week, more than likely you're a W-2 employee. Now, that having been said, just because you're a W-2 employee doesn't mean that you can't be a 1099 self-employed as well to make some extra money on the side. It doesn't mean that it's not a good idea for those single parents out there who really have a hard schedule and they can't afford to work those 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. jobs. Now, this isn't just designed for you W-2 workers to make extra money. You can actually have your own business, make your own money, be completely self-sustaining. So if you're that single parent out there who really has to watch their schedule because they have to be able to pick up their kids from school, they have to be able to worry about cooking dinner at night, and all those sorts of things, you can't afford a babysitter, this could be a really helpful business for you. For all of you college students out there who just need that side hustle so that you can afford your ramen noodles at night, this could be a great option for you as well. For you single folks who have no one to worry about coming home to and you just want to make as much money as humanly possible while you can for your future, this is definitely a great way to start. Even if you're just somebody who really enjoys tech, You just love working with infrastructure. You like doing cabling. You like installing network stacks. You like actually mounting TVs on walls and making that look like a grand theater room. You like having that environment where you do something different almost every day. This could absolutely be a great option for you. And then let's not discount the work-life balance, which everyone seems to want, no one can ever seem to find. I think that's honestly the biggest reason I absolutely love my business, is because I've been able to hit more of a work-life balance than I ever have before in the corporate world. Whenever I was in career mode and I was really trying to focus in on getting promoted as fast as possible, making as much money as fast as possible, you can't afford to take days off. Yeah, they may give you vacation time, but that doesn't really mean that you can use it. And anyone in corporate management world, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have known too many managers that while on vacation had to keep working. They just used their vacation time to kind of get extra free time in at work. That's just no way to live, and I never really understood just how true that was until actually starting my own business, getting out there on my own, and being able to control my own schedule. It is a night and day difference of being able to control your life. Now, to drive that point home, just to tell you in the last year how much vacation time I've been able to take off, that would be about 3 months in the year. Now, to be clear, that is because I'm also in a relationship, so I do have a second income. I'm able to split all my bills with my partner, and I was able to save significantly whenever I needed to. I'm not one of those people who's going out and spending every single nickel and dime they can. As I said, I'm going to be covering everything to do with your personal business, whether it be taxes, finances, equipment that you could use, travel and expenses that you can take care of to make yourself more money, companies that you could work for, companies that you definitely should not work for, how to succeed in building and expanding your business. Yes, even in gig work, you can actually expand your business so that you have more employees and you're still getting residual income. Now, for those of you worried about getting into work like cabling or setting up a network stack, whatever have you, there really is no barrier to entry to working on WORKMARKET. Now, to give you a perfect example of that, I did a job where I had to do a cell phone survey on a site, meaning it was a brand new construction of a Starbucks, and I had to go out there bringing different cell phones and testing each one's connection to see what carrier would work best for this location for their backup internet systems. For that, all I needed was my personal phone, take pictures of the site, take pictures of the results on the cell phone testers that they sent me, and then bring it back to the shipping store, send it back to the company. That was it. That was my job. Now, there are going to be other jobs where, yeah, you will need tools for it. For example, one of my first jobs was a cabling job, and I had absolutely no equipment. So I went out and bought my first cable crimper, did the job right then and there. That's the thing. The cost of that cable crimper still left me profitable for that job, even though I had to buy equipment for it. As long as you're doing everything right, as I'll explain in all this series, you can still be profitable from day one, which is incredible. You can go to anywhere in your town, go to the local cafe or any other little startup business there, ask the owner how long it took them to get profitable. Sometimes it can take up to 2 years, especially if it's a business that they purchased from somebody else. It can take quite some time to become profitable. In this, from day one, I was profitable, making money, and it's only gotten better as I learned how to expand my business and all the tips and tricks that, as I said, I'll be covering in future videos. If you feel like you're going to be able to benefit from this series, please subscribe below, hit that like button, help me out to make this a much broader channel. If you feel like you know somebody who's going to be able to benefit from these, who's looking to get some side money, who's looking to start their own business, who loves working with tech, loves doing something different every day, please share this with them. And in case you're thinking, I don't have any of the education need for this, I never went to college for IT, I have absolutely no formal background. I was self-taught. All I did was research before every job to make sure I knew exactly what I was doing. Because believe it or not, that is one thing that you can find out there. Granted, I don't think you're going to find it in quite the detail that I want to go into, especially in particular with WORKMARKET. But there's plenty of resources out there so that you don't need to go to college to be able to do this work. You don't need to be an apprentice to do this work. You don't need to do an internship. You can actually get out there day one, do this all on your own, so long as you know what you're doing, which is what I plan on telling you. So yeah, as I said, I am no degree holder in IT. I'm not some professor who's doing this on the side. This is my full-time business. I am by no means a professional YouTuber. I really don't have the aspirations to become one either. This video I'm making on my free time because I've been wanting to do this for a while so that no one has that same experience that I did, trying to learn on the fly and really having a lot of stupid mistakes that should have been avoided easily. I will be listing perks and equipment that you could use down below in the description whenever it's applicable to the video. For example, this video, I am going to have a link for college students to have for Amazon Prime so that when they do need to buy any equipment, they can get it shipped 1 or 2 day, especially if they have an Amazon store next to their campus. They can get it the next day and be able to work without having to worry about going to a big box store and paying retail. Also, I do have a Patreon. There will be some perks associated with that, but my real goal is honestly just to be able to pay for this camera setup that I'm using to be able to record these videos. As you can tell, this is not a webcam, especially because my webcam is right there. So yeah, if I could make up the money that I use to spend on all this equipment, that would be awesome. If not, I still accomplished my goal of getting the word out to you guys and hopefully elevating this community to be able to be really not only just sustainable, but a great field to be in and something that you can not have a college degree, not even have a high school degree, and be able to make fair living wages, which is so important to me because I've seen too many people just struggling for no reason. The next video will be your introduction to WORKMARKET, and it will be a general outline of the entire platform, how everything works, what you need to know about it. And of course, the following videos will go into detail about specific portions of it, specific aspects of your business. That way you have everything covered and you can figure out if you actually want to do this as a job or not. Once we're done with the WORKMARKET series and how to build your own business, the things that I can help you with your own business, then we'll start going into some of the technical stuff, such as how to terminate a Cat6 cable, how to keystone a Cat6 cable, benefits of different types of cable testers, all sorts of things that I think you can use, I will be covering. If you have any ideas for videos that you want me to make, please do comment below, and I will be reading them so that I can see what you need to be successful, and I will do my best to make those videos. Not to sound redundant, but if you could hit that like button, subscribe, we can take this journey together. Hopefully I'll see you throughout it. If you end up benefiting from these videos, my Patreon is patreon.com/ZeroPenLogistics, and I hope to see you on this whole journey. I really hope that you guys are able to benefit from this. If not you, then your friends, family, whoever you refer this to. I'll see you guys later.